Good morning from overcast Berlin. This is David Harris, AJC's Executive Director. We've just completed an AJC visit here to Germany's capital and one of the centers of world history. Behind me you see the familiar image of the Brandenburg Gate, built at the end of the 18th century. Just beyond it, the plaza which marks the 1848 revolution, one of the first stirrings of democracy here in Europe. History is all around us, and especially 20th century history. Not far from here, in walking distance in fact, was the nerve center of Hitler's Third Reich. All of the ministries were here. Just beyond that Brandenburg Gate is what we now know as the Garden of Beasts, from that famous book In the Garden of Beasts, the Tiergarten, the Central Park of Germany. The book was written about Matthew Dodd, the American ambassador, and his family, and their encounter with the emerging power of Hitler in Nazi Germany from 1933 onward. Not far in this direction is Hitler's bunker, where he and Eva Braun killed themselves in the last days of the war. Just beyond this building here to my right is the Holocaust Memorial, a square block of essentially stark emptiness, built by the German government as a memorial to the 6 million Jews, and in the far corner, the information and education center of that memorial, which probably would not have been there without AJC's commitment to ensuring a pedagogical element to it. So we're surrounded by the reminders of 20th century history and of course Cold War history. The same Brandenburg Gate became the symbol of the division between East and West. It was just in front of the Brandenburg Gate, on that side, that Ronald Reagan gave his famous speech, with the gate as the backdrop, calling on Soviet President Gorbachev, "Tear down that wall, Mr. President." It also wasn't far from here that John Kennedy gave his stirring address in the 1960s, saying "Ich bin ein Berliner," and identifying himself with then West Berlin and West Germany. You can see today the line of the Berlin Wall just beyond the Brandenburg Gate, which marked where that wall was from 1961 until brave people tore it down in 1989, surrounded by history. Just outside the Brandenburg Gate on that side, makeshift monuments to those East Germans who courageously tried to escape, crossing that wall, killed by their own countrymen and remembered to this day. And again, just outside the wall, an exhibit now, an outdoor exhibit of those who either were killed or who fled Nazi Germany, the scientific and cultural genius of this country, remembered in the 80th anniversary of Hitler's ascent to power. People like Albert Einstein, Kurt Weill, Fritz Lang, Billy Wilder, Marlene Dietrich, and so many others, the scientific and cultural genius of this country lost. But today this is one city, one country, a democratic country that remembers that, but that builds. And AJC took two extraordinary decisions which explains why we're here today. The first decision was in the late 1940s that said Germany will reemerge, Germany will rebuild, but in what direction? Democracy or despotism? We took a chance, we focused on democracy, and our decision to engage with Germany then and through the last 60 years has been validated 1,000 times and more. And in 1998, we decided to go the next step and to build an office here, the first office of its kind. And we were here to mark the 15th anniversary of that office, made possible by the vision of Lee and Larry Raymer, staffed first by Jean Dubau and now by Deidre Berger. So we're here to look to the future and to preserve the past. We're proud of our decisions. We hope you like this live from. We hope you'll share it with your friends on Facebook and Twitter. Goodbye from Berlin on this cold, rainy February day.